what level's the mental hospital? The level in Lincoln? What floor
I think
is
there's.
that on,
I
Tom?
think was there a drink minimum in here that you had to buy?
I don't know.
I think there's a drink minimum.
Oh my gracious!
Well, I just wanted to get that out there.
Thank you, Terry.
Oh, I got that off my chest.
Thanks for your public
That's
service
probably
announcement.
how come that I end up having to visit a hospital this past week
Now back
for
to
a little
NASCAR.
bit of time.
He
I mean,
didn't
you
want to
know,
have to talk about Van Gisbergen
Yeah,
this
that's
week.
what-
That's what this
Well, I
was.
was looking up the odds on Van Gisbergen when
Right.
all that
He's like, this is.
soliloquy happened.
Yeah,
All
he's.
right, so last week, I don't know if you guys saw this. Somebody tried to derail Bubba's victory with a beer can on the front stretch.
Party on.
Oh, they were trying to end his party.
Yeah.
Here's the old picture of the old Twisted Sisters cars, if you guys remember this.
Oh my God!
I see, Tom. That's what happens to the cars when you do all ovals, is they get designed that way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you have to turn right, they're not designed that way.
Yeah.
That's what Terry wants right there.
Yeah.
That was bad, Terry. Those are some bad looking cars from above, or straight on too. Straight on is pretty bad too.
Van, how do you say? We always call him
Gisbergen.
Gisbergen.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, is the favorite.
Why, yeah.
1.5. So what I would say is $100 pays 150 on him, and then Connor
Zillich.
Zillich, yeah.
He's 5-1. Michael McDowell's 12-1. Chase Elliott 13-1. Christopher Bell 14-1. Kyle Larson also 14-1. So really, Kevin,
Where's Blaney? He should be somewhere right there.
Kyle Busch is 30-1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ross Chastain 30-1.
Blaney's down the list.
Blaney is 65-1.
Yeah, he's down the list.
Keselowski's 150-1. Yeah, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is 500-1. Why don't you throw $100 on Ricky Stenhouse Jr.?
Ooh. Big Wreck. And I was trying to remember his name before I said I'll go back to it. Stuart Friesen.
Holy smokes!
And they were talking about this week, like, you know, Kyle Larson does a lot of side racing and stuff, and they were asking him about this wreck and if he ever worries about things like this and affecting or having something with his career or something. But car flipped over a couple of times, caught on fire, then got hit by multiple cars bouncing back into the middle of the track. So fiery crash there for that one. But Terry should like, is there a point of Larson, let him do what he wants type thing, or would you be more worried about stuff like that at all?
I think every NASCAR driver should be, if you're racing top-notch NASCAR, you should not be driving in something else. I don't even think you should drop back to Xfinity. I mean, I'm having a hard time. What if something happens to you there? But I mean, Chase Elliott did it. Look what happened to him, and it hurt the whole crew, hurt everybody, because everybody on that team loses money because of the person that's not out there.
It's surprising. You look at other sports, baseball.
Mm-hmm.
It is so how much of a tug of war it can be, like the World Baseball Classic, and whether or not a player is going to play or not. Olympics, basketball is a little bit more. The patriotic pull for the Olympics is strong enough that there's not a lot of debate about if somebody wants to do it, they can do it. But a lot of times these teams, especially, you remember when the World Baseball Classic first came out, there were teams, the Yankees, Steinbrenner was still alive. He says, none of my guys are doing it.
Yeah.
Because it's surprising that the race teams are not more protective of their drivers. If you're not driving for our team.
I mean, sometimes in their contract, right? I mean, it's just like these NFL players have no motorcycle contract. I would assume that you would do the same.
Right.
Those are the Legends cars, are they not?
Yes, and you guys are ready for this?
Yeah.
Feed me.
Video proof of Legends driver Shane Van Gisbergen winning on an oval.
Into turns 1 and 2. He slipped up a little bit there on the exit of
Okay.
turn number 4.
Oh,
But
wow.
off turn 2,
Remember-
he pulls
you
away.
He
remember-
wins on an oval.
Hey, Kevin, remember John Boy from John Boy and Billy used to race those things? He did. John Boy used to race
Just
them.
a quarter mile and 4
Ric Flair used to race him.
So you should take him out right
Making
there.
his very first career oval track win.
Bowman
His
has
very
one more set of
first.
turns. He goes in a
Very
little bit
first
higher
career
and
oval
now
track.
rolls
Terry,
into
that's what you've been
center.
asking
But
for.
Well,
SDG
number
is
71
money
had
off
him
from
right
turn number
yonder. See now what
He
happened?
not only wins, he
Right
gains ground.
yonder.
Shane
Yeah.
Van Gisbergen
Like 2
picks up
laps
the
before the
win.
end, he could have took him
listen,
out.
Terry.
He not only wins, he gains ground. Shane Van Gisbergen picks up the win in the Dilling Heating Electric.
These are the Kyle Busch
Plumbing
wins you count. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yes, yes.
No, it's not. I don't count none of those on Kyle Busch.
If Kyle Busch had won that race, greatest of all time, winningest
I
driver
might have come
ever.
in here
Told
and
you I
said
ain't drive any car
234.
there is.
Yeah,
He drive-
I might have.
You
You
might
know.
have said 234.
He's Gisbergen. If he wins tomorrow, it'll just round out his week. Trackhouse Racing signs Shane Van Gisbergen to an extension. He's earned a multi-year extension with Trackhouse Racing. The team announced Friday that the Auckland, New Zealand native. That's why you don't like him, right there. There you go.
He ain't American.
And not from America. Will continue for years to come. No further terms were released. But yeah, he's here to stay for the next little bit, buddy.
I hope so. And let him be on that daggum. He'll make it every year.
Well, Tom, here's
Just
Kyle.
not gonna win it.
Here's Kyle Busch's car after he ran out of talent to practice it out.
Look at Richard's looking at it like,
Yeah, he tore that thing all to pieces. He did. He hit that wall hard.
Richard's got to put his sunglasses on to look at that. He's like, oh, this is.
What's the point of even looking at it?
But now here's the problem. Back in his early days, you used to see that out of Kyle Busch all the time.
Yeah, what do you do to the other drivers?
He would daggum put his car in spots that a lot of people would never put.
He wrecked the crap out of that thing. Oh goodness, we're gonna have some fun with the baseball and NASCAR conversion here in a second. Once we get through all the NASCAR stuff that I have to do. How about Carl Long doing a little Hank Hill on the car while he was driving around?
Damn it, Pepper. Some of these people have got to go in behind the wall and we ain't going to get no spots.
He's got Hank Hill in his car.
That's funny.
Yeah, we'll get there. Give him a little time. Well, I originally thought it was maybe out of reach, but we're about 8 cautions away from getting the lucky dog. And at this pace, we'll get him about lap 300.
Dang it, Bobby.
I was about to
We'll
say,
be ready.
we used to say "dang it, Bobby" all the time in college when somebody did something stupid.
But I love that. All these people got to go behind the wall for us to gain some spots.
It's the only way we go past somebody.
That's it.
I'm waiting for him to channel his. I'm waiting for him to channel his inner Boomhauer. Man, I tell you what, man, that daggum pit road.
All right, if you guys had to guess, who leads NASCAR in laps led this year? Laps led this year.
Led.
Dun, dun, dun. Do you want me to give you a hint on?
No.
I mean, we can give the standings. The actual standings.
Danica Patrick.
The standings are Byron, Elliott, Larson, Hamlin, Bell, Reddick, Blaney, Briscoe, Bowman, Wallace.
I was going to guess Larson.
I'm gonna say Hamlin.
Larson second, Hamlin third. William Byron, the points leader, has led the most laps.
Okay.
910 laps, 873 for Larson, 555 for Hamlin. Like so, Byron's got a lot more. He's 400 more almost ahead of Hamlin than fourth place. So Blaney, Elliott, Logano, Cindric, Briscoe, Bell, and Ben Gisbergen is 10th in your laps led.
Top 10 laps led, man. Look at that.
There you go.
Yeah, I'd like to know how many of them laps are on them road courses. That's what I tell you.
Well, they only run about 10 laps at the road courses, man.
I could care less. That's where his laps are coming from.
All of them.
I guarantee if you go check him, I guarantee it's 10 laps or less on an oval.
It might be.
It
I
might
don't know
not even be 10.
What are you
I don't
going to
even know
say
if
when
they
he
put
wins
that
his first
stat, like,
oval
we can,
race?
like, search it.
He won't.
He just did. What are you talking about?
On the main circuit. I'm sorry. Let me correct myself.
He won't.
He might win at Daytona.
I mean, he's
Terry.
got
In one of those twisted sister cars. How you gonna feel when he
let's
wins?
let's hope the guy gets in the top 10.
I hope he does.
That's a plus
All right,
for
here's,
him.
We could say the same thing about your favorite driver right
know.
now.
all right, here's Denny Hamlin talking the championship stuff.
For your opinion, I will say that most of the room, if not all of the room's general opinion, is that the one race thing needs to go. There is, when you ask about what do you think of the current, no one ever tries to throw mud on anyone that has won a championship under this format, but there is a large concern of the legitimacy of it, which is very valid. One race is just not the way to do it. And stop comparing it to the Super Bowl, because that's a 1 versus 1. The other 30 teams are not on the field, tripping you and tying your shoelaces together, trying to keep you from winning. Like, it's not the same. Stop. I love these people. They love to compare us to other sports when it's convenient to their narrative, and then totally ignore the fact that we work as drivers when we get younger to make it to the top level. And all these teams do is spend tremendous resources week in, week out to build the best and the fastest cars possible, and they hire the best and the fastest drivers that are possible to go out there and get the best result. But you must create a larger sample size to crown your champion, because in one race, anything can happen. Anything could happen. So everything that I work for can get taken away by someone else that has nothing to do with this championship battle's his mistake. I would have loved if David Starr would have not hit the wall at the end of Phoenix a few years ago. But that's what happens in races. It affected my chances of winning a championship. Kyle Larson loved him because he went from being the worst car at Phoenix on that day to winning a championship a few hours later because of that one caution moment. We crowned a champion that was going to be fourth. He's now the champion because of this pit cycle. Like,
Terry, you win 35 races and not be the champion of NASCAR.
I agree with what he's saying.
We've been talking again. I don't mind the reset in the playoffs. I just don't eliminate them. Let them play the points out.
And I think
10 races
needs,
and let them play it out. Mark Martin said the exact same thing. I meant to play that I just said a few weeks ago. He said I'd agree to the 3 race thing, but 10 would be the smallest amount for him. But I mean, you can only got so many races. So again, starting at 10, well, just like they're doing. Reset the points, you get your extras for your wins, and then just play it out. It'll end up with 2 drivers in the last race. But you don't want. I never did wanted the 3 and the 4. That's definitely I didn't think that would ever be that was fair. Like something like what he's talking about, the 4th place car to win the championship based on a caution or a flat tire or something like that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, I think it needs to be 8 drivers, and I guess I'm adding
That's fine
4
with me.
more
I don't
to
care.
it. I'm adding more to it.
Oh,
but
for the last race?
Yeah, I think it needs to be 8 drivers, and it needs to be. Wait a minute. Here's what I'm saying.
They can win 1 race for the championship.
Hold on, no. I think it needs to be 8 drivers over 4 races at the end.
It's not too bad, but it's better than what it is.
That way, if you did have something bad, I mean, you can rebound. I don't know where you can catch up in points. There's where the problem comes in.
Correct.
But
if you're going to, and this goes back to what we talked about last week, and again, I don't know if they're going to talk about mixing up the end of the year. You need to consider using your your marquee racetracks in those races. I think Bristol should be one of those races. I think Daytona should be one of those. Should be one of those races, and whether it's 3 or 4 races or whatever, but it needs to be your marquee racetrack, your marquee racetracks. Whether it's Charlotte, not the Roval, just the traditional Charlotte. But I think Daytona and Bristol definitely need to be 2 of those racetracks. Maybe I don't know if you can with the scheduling because Darlington's always Labor Day weekend, but consider Darlington. But
here's your Mark Martin.
30% want 36 races, and then 30%, the next 30% want a 10-race chase. And I think, honest, and I've never said this, and I don't want to say it, but I'll say it for your show. I would settle for a 10-race chase, but I'd be disappointed. But I'm going to be crushed with what we wind up with because I know what's coming. And, the guys in the sport would like to see a sample size of maybe 3 races. That might make Denny Hamlin feel better about a championship, about it not being a 1-race lucky deal or something, But it ain't going to move the needle for the fans.
So there's Mark Martin's opinion on it. Last thing I've got on it
He
is,
said 3. I like 4.
last thing I got on it, and
it
we've
needs to
talked,
be more than one.
right, is that we've talked in the past about the NFL in court, basically saying that they're a entertainment business just like WWE. ESPN just acquired the rights to WWE for $1.5 billion. So they got rid of baseball and acquired wrestling. They don't have NASCAR. So there's your ESPN right now. During the Jeremy Mayfield trial, just this past week, NASCAR admits that they are a entertainment series as well.
Yeah.
And all that matters is TV. Fans don't matter, basically. And so what this means, if you don't know what they're admitting to, folks, is that, and if you look on the back of your tickets that they used to print, you can ask for them to print now. They admit to being sports entertainment and not actual sports is what they're admitting to in court to avoid some legal things. So they're admitting they can fix the games, and people don't accept that. And I've been telling y'all that for 10 years on the NFL's point, but NASCAR had basically admitted in court this past week that they are too. So there's your NASCAR admittance that they can fix the stuff too as well. So if you ever wondered, they admitted in court that they can. They didn't admit any specifics, but they basically did. So
I'll tell you what I did this past week, Chip. You know, we talked about racing a good bit last week and the week before, which we talk about it every week. But I went and did my last 10 races. Here's my deal. Number 10, the first one you go in when you got 10 races is Bristol. That's where you start off at. And then you go to Watkins Glen. Then you go to Pocono. I got all kinds of different stuff right there. From short to road course to mileage, tires, everything at Pocono.
Pocono's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
It's a good choice.
Then my next 3 would be Michigan, the Brickyard, and Martinsville. There we go again. I did put the Brickyard in there for part of the 10. My last 4 is what I come up with. Darlington, Talladega, Atlanta, Daytona. Where them last 3 races, Talladega, Atlanta, and Daytona, anybody can win them races.
Did you have Charlotte in there
What's that?
in your 10 that you just said?
No.
That'd be hard for me not to have Charlotte.
It's kind of hard for me to put Charlotte in there when I watch Martin Truex lead all but maybe 4 laps in that thing one time.
You're going to put Martinsville and not Charlotte?
Yes.
Martinsville's the next last race of the season. Talladega is the one before that, and Vegas is that's the round of 8. And Gisbergen has 2 road courses for a chance to get that far. Than anything can happen in Talladega. All right, we'll come back. We're going to talk Braves baseball at Bristol for you NASCAR and Braves fans.
Sort of.
Gracie, are you ready? We'll be right back on KTCBroadcasting.com.